Hello, lovely people. My name is Rohit, and I welcome you all to the CERTIFY podcast. In this podcast series, we dive into the intricate landscape of IoT security with our experts. We explore the risks, vulnerabilities, and solutions which are shaping the future of connected devices. Today, my guest is Roberto, who is an associate professor with the University of Naples, Partenope, in Italy. And he also works as a consultant at TrustUp, which is a spin-off of the university. Roberto, thanks a lot for your time. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. You're right.
So let's start with the TrustUp. What does TrustUp do, and what is your involvement at TrustUp?
Yes, TrustUp is a spin-off of our university, the University Partenope in Naples, and the objective of this spin-off is to commercialize the services and solutions that we provided in research. In particular, the main objective is to offer a range of cybersecurity consulting services to help clients that are mainly industries or research partner in protecting data. We provide mainly the hardware-assisted security solutions. So the idea is to protect data confidentiality, integrity in untrusted environment and, for example, the cloud, but also some specific solutions for the monitoring of cybersecurity within operational systems, especially for IoT, in the IoT domain, of course.
Right, and since how long does it exist, TrustUp?
TrustUp exists from around 6 years, more or less. I reached TrustUp 4 years ago, and as a consultant, as an external consultant, when I have reached the same university. It was funded before my joining this research group, but after joining, of course, I was very, very happy to work as an external consultant for this company.
Okay.
Up to now, we have some employees. We have two main research projects in which we are involved. One of them is, of course, CERTIFY. And we have also some commissions from external industry that provided us the possibility of giving them some specific security solution.
Okay, that's amazing. And how closely the university and TrustUp works? How do you get involved from the people from university and TrustUp?
TrustUp is an opportunity for our students, first of all, because our students had the opportunity to attend two different degrees, bachelor degrees, one in engineering, information engineering. So we manage computer science, but also electronics and telecommunication in a wide range of spectrum. And then we have also another bachelor degree in cybersecurity. So the idea is that TrustUp could be a sort of attractive company for the students, mainly for having both their thesis, but also for a first opportunity of working. Up to now, we had some successful stories. A lot of employees were students of our university and then after leaving our company, I've been involved in bigger company like expert of cybersecurity. So it was also a sort of training opportunity for students for obtaining their first working experience with us. Of course, we have some historical employee that work with us from the starting of this our company, and we hope that they will be expert in our company for attracting also external employee from a different university. Now we have also an experience for another external employee that come from Iran. Mm-hmm. We have from few months this employee from Iran, and we are very, very happy that the name of our company was exported also outside the Italian limits. So it was for us an opportunity to attract also foreign experts. So. Yeah. Up to now, I think we are making a good work, and I hope that we we will be able to increase the potentiality of this company in the next future.
Yeah, this is really amazing. And I think for both sides, it's a win-win situation. For university, the students, they are able to do practical work, and for the trust hub, they have access to the talent from the university. So it's really amazing.
This was our first thought when the company was born and when I joined this company. We hope that we will be able to continue in this way, because it's very hard for us to combine mainly the time for working with the university and also to have this to give this opportunity for the company. But of course, at the end, we will hope that Trust Up will be able to have his own hand and mainly his own legs, in order to give the opportunity for Trust Up to continue this life without the support of the university, of course.
And Trust Up currently, you mentioned that it has 2 research projects. Does it also have some customer projects?
Yes, some private customer project. One of our customer, for example, is Bit4ID, that is an Italian company. Up to now is an international company, but is involved in mainly in digital identities, and we with them studied a lot of security solution for specific matters. Of course, there is a confidential agreement with them for not discussing this project, but it's also amazing for us to work in this industrial with the project with the industrial objective. Of course, the idea is to develop solution that can be used directly in the industry, in bigger industry, and can be commercialized with them, through them.
Yeah, definitely. And this company, was it founded by professors, or the students, they took the lead and they started Trust Up?
No, the founder of Trust Up were the professor of my research group. So there are the founders are 5, and 4 of them are now in the same research group. One is a sort of technical support of the university up to now. So there is this company was mainly funded by our research group. Then I joined this research group just 1 year, few months after the Trust Up was born, and from them, of course, I appreciate this project, and I'm trying to give my help to this bigger project.
Yeah, that's really amazing. And at the university, in your research group, what are the research topics? On what areas do you research?
Our research group is within the university is the fitness research group. Fitness stands for fault and intrusion tolerant networked system. The objective of our research group is to study mainly cybersecurity for both fault and intrusion tolerant networked system, in the sense that we address complex systems, complex solutions, and with the point of view of the full system level. So we want to study mainly cybersecurity solutions that are able to both counteract mainly intrusions, but also as a side effect, also the presence of faults. Starting from the objective, so up to now mainly we are working so much with the IoT, in the different IoT domains, because we think that IoT, of course, have increased for example, the security that is requested to this system, because there is a sort of need of implementing strong security mechanisms. Of course, the high number of IoT devices that are involved, that are used in typical critical systems, makes the need of addressing this necessity, the cybersecurity, and also addressing some additional problems like data privacy and integrity, for example. So we, in our research group in general, we try to address these different problems. And when we reach some commercializable solutions, the idea is that the spin-off could be a support for commercializing this research solution or specific technology we are able to give to produce from in research.
Okay, yeah, that sounds quite nice. And you mentioned about that currently your focus is on IoT domain. Is there other industries also that you work on automotive? Because this topic is quite general and is applicable in multiple industries and domains.
Yeah. Yeah, we are involved with university in several projects, some of them in mainly in the domain of Industry 4.0. For example, one is in the automotive sector. Other projects are in smart health solutions, because also in smart health the IoT devices are widely used for supporting the mainly the doctors and also the remote procedures with patients. So we have different projects in different domains. Up to now, for example, another domain in which we worked for 3 years, more or less, is the domain of smart grids. So we try to study different problems coming from the different domains. But in general, the approach, at least my specific interest within the group, is in the monitoring of cybersecurity, mainly at, let me say, higher level of detail, at business level. So the idea is that we provide solutions that are able to monitor the behavior of the whole system in order to identify potential vulnerabilities or potential effects of intrusions. So in fact, this is one also of the problem we are addressing in CERTIFY with our CM-SOAR solution.
Right. Could you tell more about the CM solution that you are doing in the CERTIFY project?
Yes, in CERTIFY project, we are involved in the development of security information and event management, a CM solution, with also some features of a SOAR. So for the managing of reactions. Of course, with the help of humans, but in general, the idea is that this part is able also to make automatically some reactions to specific vulnerability. Our CM has mainly the features of correlating traffic data to detect suspicious activities such unauthorized access or data exfiltration or man-in-the-middle attacks or altered device identification. But also we want to monitor the communication not only at protocol level, but also from the behavioral point of view. For example, a simple example could be the update of a firmware of a device when the whole system is not in a state in which an update is necessary. For example, it could be a maintenance state or something like this. So the idea is to monitor the system to understand which is the behavior of the different devices that are involved, and to understand if the monitored behavior is something that could be seen as a normal behavior or it's something that should raise an alarm toward the user. With the SOAR part, with the SOAR module of our framework, we are able also to provide automatic reaction that could be from an automatic alert to the maintenance people that are needed to be alerted by some strange situation, to also managing, I don't know, servers for the implementing a network segmentation to isolate a device that could show an altered behavior. This is mainly the research we are conducting within the CERTIFY project, and we hope to be successful for the end of the project. Up to now, as the whole project has done, we released the first version of the CM, and we were able also to test its capabilities within different use cases that are provided by the different pilot providers. Then we are working on the second iteration, on the second version that will be released mainly by the end of the project and validated against the different we'll select.
Okay, that's great. You talked about checking out the behavior of the devices. Is it somehow related to the MUD file component that we have in the Certify project that contains the details about the device behavior, or at
Yeah.
least the device behavior profile? Do you use that component
Yes.
as well?
Yes, the idea is in the first iteration we worked isolatedly in an isolated way with respect to the MUD files, in the sense that we monitored pre-configured behavior at business process level. But now for the second iteration, we are looking in details to this MUD file to understand which information could be extracted from these files and implement automatically some specific monitoring rules at CM level to monitor that the behavior of a device is during this life cycle is compliant with the constraints that are specified by the MAD. We are working, of course, on this with the help of the partner that is the University of Murcia, and we hope to be to find interesting results also in this cooperation with them.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Certify project has been going quite well, and we had our review meeting recently, and we got positive feedback from the reviewers. So I guess
Yeah.
we are on the right track, and we have to plan the second phase of the project.
Yes, they evaluated us very, according to my opinion, of course, in a very positive way, and this is a good result, a good intermediate result that makes us happy to continue our work, to continue to the investigation we are doing in this domain, and to refine also the functionality not only of the single components but of the whole architecture in order to provide an effective solution at the end of the project. In fact, we lead also the work package that deals with the definition of the Certify framework architecture, in which mainly all of us are involved, and we are happy of this role because we can, let me say, control over time the status of the architecture, the status of the integration, the status of the whole framework. That is something that we have to defend at the end of our project. that is the main result of our project, let me say.
Definitely, yeah. And there's a lot of research going on IoT security. Certify is one of the projects, and you mentioned about your research group also focuses on Industry 4.0 and IoT cybersecurity. So my question is, what if I ask you, what 3 challenges do you see in IoT security, and you would like to address these challenges?
Yeah, I understand the question. To me, only 3 challenges, or to summarize everything in 3 challenges is quite hard. But if I have to think to the main challenge, to the top challenges, according to the different part of an IoT system, I want to address the device vulnerability because, of course, with limited computing resources, it makes difficult to implement strong security measures, like, for example, encryption or trusted execution environment on board of devices, but also secure boot. This is something that we are addressing within Certify. TrustUp is also working on a trusted execution environment for open hardware. Mainly, we are adopting RISC-V specification with another group of TrustUp. And this is mainly a first problem, so the limited computation and the limited resource usage capability. A second challenge, in my opinion, is on the network, because of course the attack surface of a device with many devices that are connected to the network, of course, increases. So we have to mainly not only guarantee secure communications among all the devices to avoid data tampering, spoofing, and so on and so forth, but also to manage this security in order to have the possibility to make some reaction to manage the devices that could be that could go wrong, or could be could be the result of an intrusion. As a third point, I want to address, for example, the data privacy and integrity. That is also one of a critical issue for our monitoring solution, for our CM, because when in this vast amount of data, of course, I would expect that we have to cope with privacy-related information, and we should also guarantee that the privacy of the users keep private in some way. So we have to work with third-party solution. We have to work with the centralized correlation of information to identify some alerts. And of course, we have to cope with the privacy of the user. So in fact, in our solution, our CM, we are also, for the second release of the CM, we want also to add some specific capability based on trusted execution environment that will be able to address the data privacy and integrity of users, mainly with using this solution to make some correlation and to obtain results, managing the privacy and guaranteeing the privacy of the users. So to me, these are the most critical challenge, the top challenge in IoT security. But of course, each one of us could make his own classification on the basis of his own interest, of course.
Definitely, yeah. But I would say that you hit the spot with these three challenges, and I also see that these are one of the big challenges in IoT security, and it's quite good that from EU side they have been funding for these projects which focus on these kind of research areas. And definitely we would also see results coming out and innovative solutions coming out. For example, CERTIFY project, which aims to secure the devices for the whole life cycle, not only the monitoring stage, but starting from the design phase, bootstrapping, monitoring, software update, and decommissioning in the end, that we are able to decommission these devices successfully. Because if we are storing any kind of cryptographic material on these devices, then it's also really important that these devices are decommissioned in a proper way.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, to be honest, because my interest in CERTIFY, of course, is not only in the activities that we are conducting, but also in the result of the project, because to me, it addresses all these topics, the topics I mentioned before, and also giving a sort of methodological framework, not only a technological framework. So, in my opinion, CERTIFY is an interesting project also for my own interest for the next future, because after CERTIFY, for sure, I will be more informed on different opportunities that are in this in IoT security, and of course with the collaboration that we are established in that we have established in the CERTIFY consortium. Of course, we could work together with different partners for addressing a different issue with mixed solution or something like this. So my interest in CERTIFY is very, very high, is total, I have to say. In fact, this is the main project in which I'm involved, and I hope also to give my contribution into the project and to make a good work up to the end of this project, but also in the future of these activities.
Yeah, definitely, Roberto. You have been doing quite well. You lead multiple tasks and work packages in the project, and they have been doing quite well, and they have produced good results, so should be all right.
Thank you so much.
Recently, you might have heard about Cyber Resilience Act, and it has been approved by the European Commission last week. It was a big news. How do you see the Cyber Resilience Act for Industry 4.0? And they say it's about the devices with the digital element, products with the digital element. So any kind of products which are coming out in the market, they have to get this license, or the manufacturers, vendors, service providers, they have to make approval or get approval incompatible with the CRA regulation. How do you see this playing out for IoT security in general?
Yeah, I think that this Cyber Resilience Act is very is something that is needed in the IoT security, because as you were saying, of course, mainly the security by design. If we want to summarize the one of the must of the that is specified in the Cyber Resilience Act, the security by design is something that in IoT is needed. Is something that is a security measure, of course, that is needed. And in this security by design, we have to include both protection against known vulnerability, but also a mechanism to receive security updates, to specify default configuration. That is something that we are addressing in CERTIFY. Also, the vulnerability management is something that need to be studied and need to be implemented in the Industry 4.0, but specifically in IoT products, because for when a new patch is present at manufacturer sources, this patch should be reported to all the domains, and also an over-the-air update is needed in all these systems. At last, also the transparency and accountability is something that is, if I'm not wrong, is asked in this Cyber Resilience Act, but it's something that in IoT is specifically needed, because we have to understand what is happening. We have to understand how to account some specific risks or some specific events, and we need to be as much as possible informed and transparent about the life cycle of products, in particular with respect to security supports. Also, because we are in a world in which devices are now produced from many manufacturers and vendors, and from the other side, we have users that are not so aware of security implications of buying, using, employing, for example, also in smart home, some devices that are given by a specific manufacturer, or the same device that are given by another manufacturer with different costs. So an opportunity is also to give the possibility to the final user to be informed on the product they are buying, they are adopting, also in domestic environments. And this is something that is needed, in my opinion, with this wide adoption of IoT devices, not only in industry, but also in domestic environments.
Yeah, certainly. And IoT, it's not only in Industry 4.0, and as you mentioned, you touched upon this aspect of smart homes, and they are used everywhere. So they are in hospitals now, they are in part of our critical infrastructure, they are integrated in our energy systems, smart grids. So really we need to be really careful with these devices and the security of these devices. And
yes.
I really like the idea what you touched upon was that the end users should be informed about it, and they should be aware about the implications any security vulnerabilities, software vulnerabilities could have. So I think that's going to happen with the CRA at least.
Yes, on this point, I want to address an experience. I want to report on an experience that we have in smart grid in a different domain, and we studied some attacks that could be conducted at domestic level to attack the grids, the central grids. Right. So if there is this possibility, so attacks coming from the edge of a critical system, in which, in this case, in the smart grids, the edge is made of final user not aware of security, of course, we have to work to increase not only the security and the protection of the central part of this critical infrastructure, but we have also to protect the edge, but also to inform the users about the risks when they use different kind of device coming from different manufacturers, or if they adopt some devices that are not correctly installed, or updated over the time. So it's just an experience we had in smart grid, but I think that is applicable in many domains, in many contexts of IoT, in which IoT devices are involved. Also in the now the limit of a company, the boundary of a company is not only to the physical building in which an industry or a company is located, but now is required also an access to employees that are traveling along the world, or that from their from their home are connected in smart working with the building, with the central building. So the surface of a company is very large, and involves also some limits that are not the one that we had 10 years ago.
Yeah, definitely. The attack surface has increased quite a lot. It's not only for the company, but I would say for a person also, in terms of how many digital devices we use, how many digital services we use, and we are so integrated. We are integrated with so many different infrastructures. So definitely it has an effect, and it has given the opportunity to the attackers to use or manipulate this infrastructure. So Roberto, one final question from my side, that is that you are involved in multiple research projects in your working group, also doing many areas of research. At what stage do you get involved in these research projects? Do you also participate in proposal writing process?
Yes, I'm very happy of my role in this research group, because I'm involved from the proposals. So for example, in CERTIFY, I contributed directly to writing the proposal, and then I work also during the execution of the project, both in managing some tasks or work packages, but also in technical issue. Of course, there is from our side some peoples that in different projects are involved, but my role is to manage the work of these people, to make this work interesting for the scope of the project. But I work at this level also in giving some ideas, some research idea that could be addressed, and if I have time, of course, because the main problem is the time. I'm also involved in technical stuff, in making some trials, and I have the opportunity to make some tests by myself. So I work at all at the 360 degrees in the research, from writing proposal, writing ideas, and also in addressing them from the technical point of view.
Okay, thanks a lot, Roberto, and I wish you a lot of success in the CERTIFY project. It was great that you took time to talk about IoT security and your research that you are doing at the university. So
thank you to you, and for this invitation, for this kind invitation, and thank you also to the audience for listening us for too much time.
What would be the best way to connect to you if someone wants to reach to you?
Of course, they can write me. My mail is very simple, roberto.nardone@unipartenopeo.it. But of course, they could visit the website of the university or of the Trust App to reach us, and they can reach every component of the group, because the structure, there are a few of us, and without any problem, we will be very happy to give answer to all of them.
Then from my side, the message to all, if you are interested in research on IoT cybersecurity, then go to the website and
yes, we have also some opportunities, some job opportunities with Trust Up, and we are happy to have collaboration with new people, and try to understand if there is some other guys that has this interest in IoT security. They can join us, and we can understand if there is a possibility to collaborate, of course.
Okay, perfect. Thanks a lot, Roberto, and have a nice day.
Thank you again. Thank you so much.